Hey YouTube family, this is Mika Coleman with Tax Deed and Overage Education. And today I'm going to talk about how to beat your competition. And I am so sorry because I've been so busy with life. I have not posted my videos. I've actually did videos and I still haven't posted them. So I'm posting a video today by any means necessary. Anyway, I want to talk about how to beat your competition. But before I do that, I have to tell you guys this story. And I'm going to give like a provision. Do not try this alone and do not try this at home. So as all you guys, everyone knows that in real estate, you take risk. However, in this industry, I feel like you can take calculated risk and the risk is very low, but the rewards are very high. And so, like I said, this video is going to be about how to beat your competition in tax deed overages. I should do a video about how to beat your competition in tax deeds, but it's a little bit more complicated. So anyway, I'm doing this video because I had this experience and I wanted to share, and I'm going to be completely transparent with you guys. But once again, I said, please do not try this alone. Do not try this at home. I want to give you guys a disclosure. I am a risk taker. I've been in real estate for 20 years, and to be this successful in real estate, you have to take risk. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. But today we're going to talk about how to beat your competition and how to take calculated risk, okay? So basically, I want to tell you the backstory first before I forget and go off on a tangent. This video is about tax deed overages, and basically, I went to an auction. I bought a really cheap property for less than $2,000, and I had this bright idea of like, what if I didn't pay the taxes and I collect the excess proceeds? At first, I had this attachment to it. I was like, oh, I paid, less than $2,000. I could at least sell this for, $10,000. Now I did sell one lot to get all of my money back for all the other 5 properties that I purchased. But this one I was just kind of like, so I paid the taxes for like maybe a year or so. But then if you don't know, when you buy land, you got to mow it. And the county will come out. So I really advise, if you are going to do tax deeds, think about all the other things that come with dirt and grass. Okay. So when you buy stuff cheap like that, you get it cheap for a reason. Number one, because it has no value. But number two, there's other things that can be involved. People could dump on your land and then you have to, pay for it to be removed. So all that other stuff set aside. Gonna stay focused. This video is about how to beat your competition. So today I get a call from a third party like myself. He doesn't know I'm in this business, you guys. And so he's like, we believe you have between $30,000 to $40,000 of money owed to you. And I was like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah. He was like, are you aware? And he kind of gave this spiel, but his mistake number one was that he told me where the money was. He told me about the property. He told me everything. And, unfortunately, I can't train people. I mean, like, he's in this business, and I asked him, I was like, how long you been doing this? He's like, for 2 years. I was like, interesting. You could tell he was new. He hadn't been doing it for a while because he was, stuttering or anyway. But what I want to say to this guy is that he really beat the competition. First of all, I totally forgot about the auction because I wanted to go to the auction so I could bid up the property. But I do want to give you guys a disclosure. In a lot of counties, you cannot go bid at that property if you owe on a property. Or in specific, like for this particular county, you can actually go bid in that county. I'm not going to whistle blow this place though. You could bid in this county, but you can't, of course, bid on your property, right? But anyway, I could have been in someone's ear, like, especially at big auctions, you guys meet and you like network. So I could have been in someone's ear like, oh, that's a good one, but it's actually mine. And I could have like had them bid it up. But long story short, this person calls me today. I'm so mad. I totally forgot about the auction. It happened like 2 days ago, or maybe 3 days ago. I don't know. Anyway, so I immediately hang up after he calls me. He's beating the competition. You know why? Because as soon as he told me like where the property was, because I do have a lot of different properties, but I literally am like gambling, you guys. I like literally put the money up and then didn't pay just to see how much excess proceed I'm gonna get. I literally paid under $2,000 and I'm about to get like 30. Y'all do the math, but it's like a calculated risk, right? I didn't expect that much. But anyway, needless to say, He's beating his competition because he called me today. And so as soon as he called me and I told him, no, I'm going to do it myself, guess what I did? I called the county. I spoke to the county, and I've been trying to like fix the video because I called them and I wanted to like videotape it, but I couldn't figure it out because, you know, I record on my phone, I talk on my phone. So anyway, I did it on my laptop and had it recorded, but I don't know how to transmit it. If I do, you guys will see that video. Anyway, make a long story short, I called the county. They're telling me the list isn't coming out for at least 3 months. Okay? 3 months. The list isn't coming out for 3 months. So this guy called me today, but the actual list and everything is not going to settle for 3 months. That's how you beat your competition. Okay? Is going to the auction. But before I just throw you to the wolves and tell you, yeah, go to the auction, you know, get the numbers, that's going to beat your competition, because technically it is beating your competition because you're going to be the first one to get it. But let me give you some of the insight of the things that you should be aware of if you do this strategy. Number one, he told me I'm going to be getting, you know, roughly 20 to 30,000, right? But when I called her, she was like, well, we have to settle everything. So although he was at the auction, I don't even know what the opening bid started at, but let's just say it started at 5,000. I still may owe things because I stopped mowing the lawn. Like the county was charging me like $700 to freaking mow the lawn. Now we all know it does not cost $700 to mow it wasn't even a quarter of an acre, okay? So I know I had some like county like liens or whatever, but if you decide to go on the strategy of beating your competition and going to the auctions and getting the data before anyone else does, I just want you to be aware that you're getting the gross number, meaning you're getting whatever the minimum bid and whatever it's sold for, and you subtract that. But there are other fees. And then when I called, the lady was breaking down all these fees. But anyway, I'm still gonna be happy because I paid less than $2,000, and even if I get like 20, I think I've quadrupled my money. Now, like I said in this video in the beginning, I do not advise this because it's not a calculated risk. It's literally gambling, and I think I didn't pay for like 2 years. I don't know. Can't remember. I have to go back and look at my paperwork, but I wouldn't suggest that, you guys. I really wouldn't suggest it. I like to play with the what ifs and try to figure things out. But what I did learn from this experience, you guys, is that when this person called me and I called the county to find out that nothing's going to be done for 3 months, he is 2 months ahead of anybody else that's going to do excess proceeds in that county. So I hope this video helps for those that are trying to learn about excess proceeds and wants to go on it on their own. This is a good strategy on beating your competition, but there are going to be some people like him that go to the auction and get the data and then call people. But you just have to be aware of the numbers you're giving people, because if you're at the auction, that's not the actual solid number. And I wish I could like figure out how to translate, how to put it on this video of what the county person says. But I'm gonna try a little bit better of like recording my day so like people can see me in action as opposed to me just like talking on the camera, that you can actually see what the county people are saying to me and what questions to ask. But at the end of the day, if I could give you any advice and empower you and inspire you, whether you're doing tax deeds or overages, experience is your best teacher. Now, there are some experiences that can be worse than others. That's why I do advise, if you have somebody that you know, or if you're looking for a mentor, you could take one of my classes or do that. But if you go back on your own, I feel like that's like the best experience. I mean, that's the best teacher, right? It's just that you probably have to go through a few trial and errors before you kind of get it down, as opposed to I could kind of help you avoid some of those things. But like I said, at the end of the day, I always preach experience is your best teacher. So even you watching this video or you looking at any of my other videos, you're still not going to know how to do it until you do it. And so I just want to encourage you and empower you, whether you're doing tax deeds or overages, is to just get out there and do it. Don't be afraid. The more you do it, the better you get. I even tell people in my masterminds, I'm like, listen, I learn from you guys sometimes. That's why I have masterminds, because I feel like multiple minds as opposed to one mind always thinks better. Like, there's so many different things I've learned from my students in the masterminds that I didn't even think about. So anyway, I just want to empower and encourage you to keep on investing. And one of the best things you could do is do tax deeds or overages, because it has a low risk and high reward. Happy investing, you guys. Hope you guys have a great day.